Hey everyone, how's it going? Hyo here, and today I'm bringing you guys some more Payday 2 gameplay. And it's going to be another guide. This is going to be a guide for a Dodge Akimbo pistol build, and I show you guys how I use it in a loud situation where I'm going around killing stuff, just because that's usually how I like to play. But you can also definitely use this for ninja stuff like sneak missions and stuff like that. Of course, you can always do a variation of this, and it's even stealthier for stealth missions. But this is just like how I like to run this, and I'll tell you guys how you can change it up and how I've done things a little bit differently here. Oh, before I get started, just so you guys know, during the Steam sale, I'm pretty sure Payday 2 is free. So if you guys don't have the game, make sure to go try it out. It's really fun and definitely worth it. I think it's 75% off, like $5 or something like that, along with all of the DLC. Usually the DLC is really expensive and kind of deters people, but it is very inexpensive right now, so it's definitely a good time to pick up the game if this does interest you. So let's get on to the build. So same as before, if you saw the last one, I'll go through the pistols first, or if you didn't see the last one, either way, I'm gonna go through the weapons first, and then the perk deck, and then the skills. I like to go skills last, just so it kind of makes all like sense at the end and wraps it all up. So let's go with the pistols. I like to rock the Akimbo cross-kill pistols, the silver ballers, and it doesn't really matter what you put on it. I would definitely recommend putting on a laser. Actually, I'll do that now. I didn't do it in the video just because I forgot, but it makes Akimbo a lot better. And just make sure when you are putting stuff on, try to put stuff that will increase your concealment. You want your concealment to be as high as possible on here, so that's why I'm running the certain ones that I am. And with the suppressor, you're definitely going to want to run the suppressor with this build, and you'll see later in the skills why I do that. There we go. So that's the weapon. Other variations, you can use the Shimano customs. Those are pretty good. When it comes to Akimbo weapons, I like to run the ones with the higher damage. Not as high as the Deagles, but the cross-kill pistols are good. Other good ones are like the Interceptor or the Shimano customs. The Shimano 88s and the Bernetti 9s. You can go with those, but you see the damage is very low, so it's going to be harder to kill the special units. I mean, they do have a lot of ammo, but that just means you're going to be reloading a lot. So I like to go with, I like to go with the cross kill. They're pretty cool, so I just go with those. And then for secondary, nothing too much different. I'm using the Judge shotgun again with the HE explosive rounds. That's just again to take care of the shields. I mean, it's super useful just because this isn't a sniper build or anything, so it is kind of a hassle to take down the shields if you are not rocking something with explosives as a secondary or using a build that you can melee them. And so for melee, electric brass knuckles, Molotovs for captains and stuff like that. And in this video I'm using an ammo bag just because all my teammates had first aid kits. I didn't really need it. I used it towards the end, but I didn't really need it, to be honest. And so for the armor, this is an interesting choice, is I go with the lightweight ballistic vest. You can go with the ballistic vest if you need armor, but look, it only gives me 10 more armor, so I'll show you why this does give me so much armor, as well as dodge and speed and everything like that. I'll show you why in just a second, but this is definitely what you're going to want to go with if you are running this particular build. You can run the two-piece set with the ninja build that I'll show you guys in just a second. So before you get to the build, let's go into the perk deck. So this perk deck is pretty important. I like to go with Crook. Increases your dodge chance, headshot, dodge chance, concealment, dodge, armor, dodge. But you see for each one of these dodges, and this is important, is right there it says your armor is increased by 20% for ballistic vests. And it does it for this one, not the first one, but the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. Yeah, 25% on the fourth one, which is pretty good. And this one just increases your damage. And this last one's kind of lame. All it does is increase your armor recovery. But these are the main ones. Increase your dodge and your armor recovery, or your armor from ballistic vest. So that's why it nearly doubles my armor value from the ballistic vest. So you're definitely going to want to rock that if you are using this particular build. Something else that I have run in the past is the Rogue build. It gives you more dodge. Is this the right one? Yeah, this is the right one. More dodge than the one that I'm currently running, just because these ones give you 15% increased dodge and 15% increased dodge here, as well it gives you 25% pierce and 80% weapon swap, which is really good. I really like this last card, but for this build, this is not something I like to use. This is something I like to use for 2-piece and for really a dodge build. Maybe if you can get really high dodge, this is probably the deck you're going to want to use, but I like to have a little bit more armor, so I use the Crook deck. So let's get on to the build. So the build, in the video I don't have the scavenger perk, I just spent my points. I don't know why, I think because I was on a different build, so I didn't realize how many extra points I had, but this would have helped me with my ammo a lot. So get scavenger if you can. I highly recommend it. And if you throw bags a lot, get transporter. It's always really good. And resilience for the flashbang, of course. I don't know why I have these, but they do add some accuracy, although I don't really need it, just because this build, although it is Akimbo pistols, actually does pretty well at long range. So this is just some extra accuracy and some extra accuracy here, which does help, but it's definitely not needed. You can use these points elsewhere. So let's get into the main part of the build. This is the main part of the build. If you are using Akimbo, this is pretty much necessary, but this is the main dodge part of the build. So duck and cover increases your movement speed as well as your sprint speed, and you have a 10% chance to dodge while sprinting. So you'll see me sprinting a lot in this video, and it is because this increases your dodge by 10%, which is pretty good. So I like to run around, and it also just makes it harder for enemies to hit you if you're running in between like barriers and stuff like that all the time. So this is definitely something you're gonna want to pick up. Inner pockets, I'll tell you why that's important in just a second, but parkour increases your movement speed even further and your ability to sprint any direction, which is very, very useful. This I just got because I needed more points in order to get the top perk. So inner pockets works well, very well, synergizes very well with Sneaky Bastard as well as Low Blow, so I would definitely say that you need to get this aced. Increases the concealment of all ballistic vests by 4 and increases the concealment of melee weapons by 2. And this is important because Sneaky Bastard is the main one, which you gain 1% dodge for every 3 points of concealment under 35 up to 10%. And then it does that again for the ace. So that is very important to increase your dodge by a lot. So you're definitely going to want to ace this. And for Low Blow, it does something similar but for damage. So you gain 3% crit hit chance for every 3 points of concealment under 35%, or 35 up to 30%. And then it does that again for ace. So these 3 skills, Low Blow, Sneaky Bastard, and Inner Pockets, work well together. Not just Inner Pockets, but anything really that increases your concealment, you're going to want to do that. And so that's why I run that. Optical Illusion again. So you're targeted less, you're taking less damage, which is always good, but I ace it for the 1 concealment 2 silencers. And I do run a silencer because of this. 15% more damage, and then 15% more damage again for the aced version to all suppressed guns. And you can use that on, or you can add a suppressor to your shotgun pistol if you want. I don't really care, just because it does enough damage to one-shot shields anyways, so I just use it as it is. And you gain 8 weapon stability with 100% snap zoom. I really like the snap to zoom. I really like it for my playstyle, and so that's why I use this. You don't need to use this, but you can. And second one is just you have to get it when your armor breaks. Your movement speed is increased by 30%. This is pretty good, but it's not super good. You just have to get it. And now onto the weapons, the cool part. So Equilibrium decreases the time to draw, which is really good because you often see me taking out my my revolver to take down shields, and it's good to be able to draw and holster your pistols fast. And it increases your accuracy, so I did ace it. I aced everything here, of course. So gun nut, your pistol magazine size are increased by 5 bullets, which is really good. It makes it so you have to reload less and increases your rate of fire, which helps me with destroying bulldozers. You'll see in this video, I might throw up a clip right here, or maybe I'll put it at the end, but I completely decimate bulldozers with this build. I think it's like 5 or 6 shots, a couple seconds, and they're down. I don't even have to pull out my shotgun pistol to take off the armor. It just completely demolishes them regardless. I really don't know why it's so good at penetrating armor, but this build just destroys all armor. And the Akimbo stability, I do get ace in this because also have 50% increase ammo capacity is really good. I really like that, as well as the stability increase is always nice to have. This one's really good. It's not super necessary. I got it because of the ace. I like reloading really fast, so instead of I think the 6 seconds it'll take, normally it takes 3 seconds now to reload, which is really good in my opinion. I like it because if you're playing fast paced and killing a lot of stuff, you're going to want to reload as fast as possible, so that's why I got this ace. Now this one just increases your damage, so that's pretty basic there. Trigger happy, this is the main thing. I think this is why I destroy everything, but especially bulldozers. Every hit with a pistol, you gain a 20% damage boost that lasts for 2 seconds. It stacks up to 4 times. So 80% damage for 2 seconds, but you need to ace it. If you're going to get this, you need to ace it. Increase the damage boost duration to 10 seconds, so 5 times longer, which is nuts. Which is also why I got the reload faster, because if you're shooting and then reloading for 6 seconds, that means you only have 4 seconds to kill another enemy, which sometimes if there happens to be no enemies around, then you might run out of this buff. Although it's not hard to get up, it's just better if you can keep it up all the time, right? So that's why I do get the faster reload, and it's good to have this up all the time because you just shred everything in like 1 or 2 shots, and it's really good for conserving ammo as well as taking less damage if you kill things faster. And is that the whole build? I think it is. That is the whole build. So that is everything and what I thought about it. If you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a like. I tried to keep it shorter than last time. I don't know how well I did. Was it 12 minutes? Yeah, this video is long. Again, I just like to go in depth with my builds. Just like the last shotgun build, it also was a pretty long video. But again, I hope I got my point across and why I picked things, and hopefully it makes sense. If you guys like it, make sure to leave a like, and if you don't like it, please tell me why. Again, I like to always further how good I do the videos. I want to, put on my best foot so you guys enjoy the video. And if you want to see more stuff like this, I've been playing a lot of Payday recently. Make sure to subscribe. And also, again, Payday's free. Go check it out. All the stuff, all the DLC. You don't have to get all the DLC. I don't have all the DLC, but it's just really fun. And it's a really good game, so check it out. I also have another shotgun build that's I've been referencing. If you guys want to check that out, that's also a really fun build. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed again. I'll see you all next time.
Taken care of.